Good morning. This week's devotion is Enough is Enough. It kind of amazes me that you can find a prayer for almost every emotion or situation in the book of Psalms. The psalm for this week is Psalm 123. It's one of the Psalms of Ascents, songs that were sung by pilgrims on their way to the temple in Jerusalem. I honestly don't know why you would sing this one on the way to visit the temple in Jerusalem, since it's a prayer asking God for mercy because you are fed up with those who hold you in contempt. It doesn't seem like the right frame of mind for a pilgrim going to the holy city, but I wish I'd known about this psalm when I was in middle school. Listen to the words of Psalm 123. To you I lift up my eyes, O you who are enthroned in the heavens. As the eyes of servants look to the hand of their master, as the eyes of a maid to the hand of her mistress, so our eyes look to the Lord our God until he has mercy upon us. Have mercy upon us, O Lord, have mercy upon us, for we have had more than enough of contempt. Our soul has had more than its fill of the scorn of those who are at ease, of the contempt of the proud. Have you ever felt like this? Have you ever just been sick and tired of how you're being treated? We had boundary training at the Presbyterian office yesterday, and they showed this video of male pastors who were asked to read things that were actually said to their female colleagues. By the end of the video, all of those male pastors were sad and disgusted that their women counterparts had had to deal with this. All of them said it was horrible, and they apologized. Well, while we were watching it, many of the women in ministry who were present, including me, started laughing at some of the statements. Now, we weren't laughing because they were funny. We were laughing because people had said similar hateful things to us. The laughter was one way to deal with the pain caused by being subjected to so much scorn. I'm sure most of you have been treated poorly at some time in your life. Many times, there's very little you can do about it. There are many situations that punching your tormentor in the nose is not really a viable option. In fact, often even reporting someone's bad behavior only makes it worse on you. So what do you do when you have had enough, when you just can't take any more of some situation or some person? Well, you can always cry out to God for mercy. God understands our frustration and our pain. God listens. Praying this psalm may not stop the person from looking down on you, but it may give you peace. Another thing that I have found is that when you bring a problem to God, I am often inspired with new ways to handle it. To be honest, it often feels good just to be able to vent to God. God is big enough to handle all of our frustration and our anger. You know, maybe that's one reason that this is a psalm of ascent, because when pilgrims were traveling to Jerusalem, they didn't always travel alone. Often they traveled together with their friends and family. They could share their pain and frustration with their close friends and family, as well as with God. They could surround each other with care and love. They could uphold and support each other. As Christians, we come together as church families to give this kind of support to one another. In Galatians 6:2, Paul says, "Bear one another's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." We will all have a point in our lives somewhere in some situation that will make us say, enough is enough. We will all hit the limits of our frustration. The good news is we don't have to deal with it alone. We can cry out to God, and we can share it with our brothers and sisters. God has given us a safety valve to vent our frustrations and to help us find peace, Christ's peace. Now have a blessed week filled with the peace of Christ.